Panda, 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 panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just to throw me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting the licks in the band. Legacies.
Hey, welcome in, cakers. Here we go into the PvE area facing the big fat ass Grand Wizard Cartman with our level 2 featured Mintberry Crunch deck here. We've got another deck to showcase as well, but we're going to run into this PvE PvP arena with these super high leveled Cartman cards and show you just how much fun a superhero themed Mintberry Crunch deck can be. Now the downside against this is when the computer has a similar card in your hand cast on the field, you can't double play it in PvE. So we've got to do our best here to get the right cards out onto the field. And of course, this is great because Grand Wizard's starting out with that silly level 7 Dougie here. That's going to give us a good opportunity to keep marching across the field at a slow rate and pull all 3 of those bars from him before he's able to recycle into new bars. So we'll use our Mintberry Crunch here in the background, and we'll get our kite up as well. Mintberry Crunch going to do a little bit of damage to that level 7 Windy. And at this time, we're going to get those chickens overwhelming the other side of the field right now. Our kite will fall down due to the Timmy here. He's launching out awesome amounts of cards here at us today. Timmy gets up into the sky. We'll use our shields here on the chickens. We see those big level 7 cards coming at us over there today. Still got a nice distraction with the chickens for the nice kite to stay alive here for the moment in time. Randy out on the field, so we won't be able to get our Randy juice up in the back. We'll throw Mr. Slave up front here, and we'll keep that slow activity going on our opponent. We'll use our Chaos here as well. That'll freeze out everyone. We'll put them into slow, and then we'll be able to recycle back into our Mintberry Crunch here in just a brief momento. So we're able to get through the pain there. We'll get over here onto NK. Out comes the level 7 Dwarf King Clyde. Hits us square in the Chicken Man. Windy and the chickens up here are going to do a little damage here. Level 7 coming out with the AoE splash damage there. Shutting down our new kid. And we'll get a nice little good re-push going on here. Now see, Cartman not so smart there, cakers. Playing that rogue token right at new kid. And the Dark Mage Craig winds up grabbing the second bar from us today. And in comes the level 7 Dougie. We're going to have to cast down at new kid to take care of him. We'll get this nice charge going forward, and we'll get our kite back out here to start protecting a few of these superhero cards. So we'll be sure to try to protect as this bar is going to fall. Get the shields up and running. The Jimmy comes out, makes it a little hectic for us again. And the Princess Keaney knocks down our tool shed. Oh goodness. The powerful little assassin there going to cut us up in just a level 4 Timmy is all we've got today. The Windy Shield Maiden style comes out. Let's go ahead and get our shields running. We're going to get our Randy on the field here. We see that level 7 little Canadian Night Ike over there. We got to do what we can to stop him from continuing to charge and getting that health up into the air. Oh my. So on to that Cartman new kid we go. We'll lift up that stand for a brief moment. Out come the chickens. Down go the units. Out comes the Mintberry Crunch. So see, that is kind of a neat little flaw against players there. You can see that Cartman is able to cast out his cards that I have on the field, you know, different characters. His Randy was able to come out and battle my Randy, but I am unable to get that battle over to that Randy on my own. So here you see we're able to get over there at that new kid another time. The Dwarf King Clyde gonna get used on a chicken. We're able to knock down that big old Grand Wizard Cartman. So we'll get up in there one more time, and then we'll go rush over to the other deck. We'll just showcase again and see how the rotation works out. See if we can't have a second battle here against Cartman with this deck, and catch ourselves a nice victory over a big PvE opponent. So we do have some decent level cards for playing at this high of a rate on a cleared PvE level, but as you can see, the Dr. Timothy, Chaos even, quite a few low level cards in there today. So he starts right away with the Kale and the Rogue token, so that prevents us from getting our shields out onto the board until we're able to take care of the opponent's shield card. In comes the Douglas. Let's get him up in the air. Oh, we missed the Douglas, and we got the Kale. So no shields for our awesome non-filthy Cartman opponent over there today, running the shielded Dougies. Out comes that Labarre Jimmy, and we'll cycle here into our Belf as well. That'll get us one step closer to Mintberry Crunch. But it looks like Mintberry Crunch is going to be the last rotated card here in this particular stack of cards. But we're already able to get over there to that new kid and put in quite a bit of damage on this Grand Wizard Cartman. The level 7 Catapult Timmy still over there doing a bit of damage to us. The Belf getting juicy from the rats. We'll get our human kite up here. We'll get our chickens out here, and as you can see, like I said, Mintberry Crunch being the last card in rotation here on this particular battle. But we'll get him in on the screen right now. We'll lift up that Catapult Timmy, and we'll take down this Stan. That'll give us a good charge going towards that Randy and that Catapult Timmy over there as well. So the opponent has that big level 7 Windy again. That's going to be an issue for the cards we currently have up front. We need that Mintberry Crunch to get that ability up one more time so we can cap that Timmy. That Timmy was creating some problems for us. And the Windy going to catch a good boost over there from the Robin Twerk. Robin Twerk got a good lock on our Mintberry Crunch and will take him right out of the sky. Level 7 Robin Twerk, no match. No match for a level 2 Mintberry Crunch. I jest, cakers. That Mintberry Crunch still a little glassy at level 2, but still gets the job done. Oh, we missed completely there with our sweet little mind control man. The Butters, and the AoE damage here from that level 7 Dark Mage Craig gonna definitely take down our Belf baby. I think I'm gonna sit back here for a moment and recollect my energy. We'll let this level 7 and level 5 go toe to toe. Here comes the Douglas. Oh my, level 7 Dougie is very powerful, cakers. Keep that in mind, especially that Power Fist Dougie. Gaining those energies right back over and over again. Let's send the chickens out. And we'll save up for our Mr. Slave here. And we'll get some good support going on and push forward here as Windy and the chickens do a little bit of damage to that new kid. The level 7 Labarre Jimmy comes in, puts a stop to that little rush. Let's get our Mintberry Crunch ready and set up, and we'll play that here into a Mosquito to help out with that level 7 Ike. So the Mosquito and the chickens we're able to help Mr. Slave here take down these more powerful level 7 cards. The chickens come out, finish the deed. We need to get Timmy on the field here. He's going to help lift up some cards. And of course, Mintberry Crunch doing his job there on the Randy as well. So we need to get that stand up in the sky. Let's help support our Timmy with this big old witch garrison. We'll get our chaos involved here. We only froze and stopped the stand, but we do need an assassin straight up in the front. So that helps us knock down that second bar here. Oh goodness. Celebrating too early today, Rusty Whore. Out comes the Dwarf King Clyde, knocking us in the stop you bones. So we'll support our Randy with the forward push Windy here. The opponent going to use that Robin Twerk a little late today. And we'll be sure to shield up our Windy. Keep her a little juicy as she goes against this level 7 Windy. Oh my. We'll push forward here. Randy's going to fall down. But we got to keep that level 7 little lady at bay. Dark Mage Craig comes out, puts a little bit of AoE damage to both of our units. The Mosquito falls. The Toolshed falls. The Swarm falls. Here comes the Douglas. I don't have nothing for Douglas. Nothing at all for Douglas today. So we're going to put out that Mr. Slave. We're going to run the big old witch garrison as well. And out will come the Mintberry Crunch. He's going to give us that backline offense towards some of these units coming into the arena. And the shields come out as well from our opponent. Again, level 7 cards here. A lot of fun to go up against with these lower level cards. We'll get the chicken house out. That'll help us keep pushing forward. The opponent, LeBar Jimmy, knocking down our Mintberry Crunch just a little bit. We need that assassin running up there towards that new kid with these chickens. So off you go, Chaos. Mintberry Crunch giving us the nice attacks there on the units in the back end. And we'll get that kite up there, even though that new kid is going to fall down. So it took us a few extra minutes during that match. But a nice good rotation developed, and we were able to keep on cruising forward. So we'll jump over here into my deck area real quick. And I'll run over there to the secondary deck we've got running for some fun Mintberry Crunch times. We'll jump back into that same Cartman PvP arena. And we'll take on the big man himself. Let's go, Cakers. So we hope you didn't forget to bring your towel. A little bit of towel action going on right now. So we're going to run orange and superheroes with this deck. And see if we can't have just as much fun out here against this Cartman as well. So a very poor start from our Cartman opponent there, placing the Dwarf King Clyde and placing the super awesome Robin Twerk out there long before any cards were on the field. And of course the Douglas going to come in, create some problems for us. But Randy able to clean up the Douglas. However, you saw there, the level 7 Robin Twerk had one arrow left in the quiver, and he got that bar knocked right down. So level 7 stand creating a little bit of an issue here for us. But we'll start pushing forward here. Mintberry Crunch going to help us out with some of those range units that'll develop farther away from us here. The Timmy falls down. And we should be able to get our shields up one more time before this bar goes down. So we'll use those shields and they'll help us maintain our units pushing forward. We'll get our Mysterion out here and he'll start cycling over and over again as well. We'll pop Mecha Timmy on the back, and there you see it. That little gizmo, he's really in this deck, cakers. He absolutely is. So even in PvE, PvP arenas, you can have some fun with that gizmo Ike. We're going to get him juiced up here with this little tiny hook hand Clyde in the sky shaped like a pew pew bounty hunter. So as you can see, they stalled out for just long enough to keep us with a solid backline defense here against this oncoming opponent with the big level 7 cards. So Mysterion cycles right back into the field. Opponent plays very poorly sometimes. This Cartman, I suggest you start being a little bit more energy conservative and energy friendly there, my dude. Even at level 7 cards. So, I mean, decidedly, basically, if you run into a person that's a whale, they may play very similarly, and you may not see that awesome skill out there on the field all the time, cakers. So again, we'll use our opponent card here, and we'll knock down this bar here if we can. We'll keep pushing forward with our Randy, with our Mecha Timmy, and we'll cycle here pretty quickly back into our Bradley. We'll get our Jimmy up front here as a nice 2-cost drop to help shut down those shields for the just in case. Here comes the Dougie. Can the visitors do it? They sure can. So the bar's falling down. Out comes the Gizmo Ike one more time. The bar stays content. Out comes the Mint Berry Crunch one more time. And you can see that level 7 Robin Twerk just about to get eaten up by these Gizmo Ikes. Chomp, chomp, chomp style. Stan comes in and puts a little hamper on our Gizmo Ike charge going forward. But Mint Berry Crunch saving them from the sky, keeping the damage going. That additional health points to those Ikes, definitely quite helpful. And Mysterion going to be helpful here against this level 7 Catapult Timmy in some other universe, that is, because in this one that level 2 Mysterion falls right to the ground when level 7 Catapult Timmy breathes on him sideways. So again, we need some good support cards here for some of these more glassy cards, and we'll be sure to use our Human Kite here. We'll get a Chomper on the field, and that'll help out with the Ike. That'll help out knocking down the LeBar Jimmy. We still got a level 7 Windy on the way. We're going to have some fun taking her down here with our Chomper, with our Assassin, and of course Randy going to get 1 or 2 good kicks in there as well. So again, the level 7 Randy comes out. We'll play that Ike in the back. Use some of our 2-cost units to drop down. We'll wind up stealing this second bar here, and we've got a few extra cards still pushing forward. We'll get Mint Berry Crunch in here to give some of these Ikes that nice boost. Give some of these other cards like Visitors that nice boost. And we'll keep on cruising right up there to that new kid a second time, and we'll knock down this third Cartman bar. So fun times there as well. Superheroes and some orange. Mint Berry Crunch, giving those little Ikes the boost. Having a good time getting them out there on the field. Let's go one more time, Cake Fam. We'll do one more match here against the grandest wizard of them all. And we'll have another good game out there against some level 7 legendaries and level 7 everything else. So a good start here for us will be Mysterion Mecha Timmy. We'll try to get those cards out onto the field before the opponent plays those similar cards. Mecha Timmy will be a nice good card to have out on the field to deal with some of these cards coming at us. Now undoubtedly Visitors should be a next play here, and that'll keep those level 7 cards at bay. Randy's gonna get a lock on our new kid here. We always lose a bar early to a deck like this in PvE, and the opponent continues to send up that Ike energy. But now we've got a nice rebuttal charge going, and we're playing with double Kale right now, so we could help get some of these cards a good boost, and of course rotate into a shield when we need to as well. So we're gonna get that Windy knocked down just after the arrow comes. We were hoping for a just before, but we gonna get her just after. So let's get our Jimmy down to protect our Mecha Timmy, and of course we'll use that nice Mintberry Crunch damage ability there on the level 7 Robin Twerk. We're gonna protect our Mecha Timmy here with the Tupperware, as you saw the Dwarf King Clyde come in and do the damage. And let's borrow that Catapult Timmy for just a brief moment. We'll get some knocks on the new kid here. We'll get our shield up here as well. Definitely gonna see the rats come into play from the Timmy. They're gonna chew on our feet for a little while. Let's use that shield and let that Mysterion do some damage here. And again, out comes that Labarre Jimmy. That's what we were waiting for. We want that Labarre Jimmy play to happen so we could start getting those Ikes on the field. And we'll boost up these little Gizmo Ikes with our visitors as well. First we're gonna get a Mosquito up here on the shield man. We don't want that Douglas coming again. So here comes that Douglas. We gotta use the pew pews. He's gonna run right through a whole big string of ouchie. We'll get our Roombas out here. Now we'll see what kind of damage that Dark Mage Craig can. Never mind. That Dark Mage Craig gonna fall right to the ground. And Mintberry Crunch will get out here and help boost some of these cards that survived that blast back. We'll use our Kale here to keep getting the folks the boost. Mintberry Crunch up there as well, doing his job as a nice fighter in the sky. And we still get a good attack. We're gonna go ahead and just push forward here now that we've got a good boost happening. Randy gonna fall down, but Toolshed will make it to the front to protect those range units. We'll finish off sending Tupperware here behind the Mysterion. Mintberry Crunch banging away on that Grand Wizard Cartman, getting the damage over there to the Randy. And that's an awful fun time out there, Cakers. Build you some cool Mintberry Crunch decks. Get out there, do that little 75 point event we've got running. Today's the last day for it. Get out there, earn you those cards, get you that Mintberry Crunch. He sure is fun to use. And at level 2, he's nice and juicy. We'll get over there into the card area, and we'll show you the stats on that increased level 2 Mintberry Crunch. So he's gonna have a total of 44 attack, 265 health. He's got a range of 3.5, so he's got to get a little closer than some of those 4.1 range units. But for what he can do there, he's providing quite a bit of max HP to those units for a short period of time, keeping them boosted. You saw there with the spam cards, the little Ikes and such getting boosted up. And of course that 15-second duration is huge. You got to be inside of a little like aura bubble around them to get that max health boost. So that range is at 2.5, and it's pretty cool. When he gets his charge up and the line comes in, he damages all the enemies at 196. So that number is only going to get stronger as he grows in level. Such fun times out there, Cakers. Definitely encourage you to use those Bradley cards and have you some fun with that Mintberry Crunch. One more powwow for the road. So into the towel. Woo! We always gonna tell you, Cakers, don't forget to bring your towel. Definitely come back, see me on the flip side. We want to do that powwow then. And until then, always remember, Rusty Whore will tell you, much love, much cake, and peace, 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 peace.